Hi everyone, this is Miss Anchik. I am going to do a demonstration for you for science today and ask you a question that you will answer at the end of the video. So if you remember last week, we learned about the water cycle. You had that assignment where you learned about the different processes that take place and all the, like for the whole cycle. If you remember, some of those processes included evaporation, precipitation, condensation, transpiration, things like that. So I want you to think about those concepts as I do this demonstration today. My first question that I would usually ask in class is, if it rained outside and there was a puddle out on the blacktop, what do you think would happen by the end of the day? What would happen to that puddle? So just kind of think about that. What do you know about what's happening with the sun, with water, things like that? And then think back to that water cycle assignment that we did last week. Okay, so back to my demonstration. So you'll see here that I have two food storage containers, two containers from the house. I just grabbed them out of the cabinet. They're the exact same containers, exact same lids. They weigh exactly the same. And on the inside, I have two wet paper towels. Okay, so I just want to show you. I have the scale here as well, so I can show you. I mean, I've weighed it several times, um, and they should weigh exactly the same. So I'm going to close them first. Okay, and I'm going to turn on the scale, and then we can see that they should weigh exactly the same. So that one says 3 ounces, and then this one says 3 ounces. Yay, they weigh the same. Okay, but for this particular demonstration, I'm going to keep one of the containers completely closed and sealed with the wet paper towel inside. And then for the second container, I'm going to leave it open. Now, when I come back and do the second part of this demonstration, I'm going to be weighing each of the containers again with the lid to see how much does it weigh. But so here's a couple of questions that I would like for you to answer. So let's think about, what do you think will happen if I leave this out overnight, or even if I do it for 2 days? What do you think will happen to the wet paper towels? What do you think will happen to the containers? Will anything happen? I basically just want you to make a prediction on what you think is going to happen, but keep in mind those different processes that I talked about earlier, as well as what you learned about with the water cycle. So go ahead now when this video is over and answer those questions.